Good day. This is Ray Glasser on September the 7th, 1978, and we are sitting, talking, and dubbing with one Bill Jacocks of TV5 WEWS ABC here in Cleveland. And Bill has just recently bought a JVC VidStar,
right.
Correct?
3300.
Which is the VHS format.
Right.
As I ask all people that are new to the home videotaping hobby, what motivated you to get into this home videotaping hobby?
Well, basically, I'm a movie fan. I like old movies, I like B movies, and I like new movies, and I don't get a chance to, I'll take the mic. Don't get a chance to get out and see a lot of movies because of my schedule, and I figure this is one way to do it. And a number of people at the station is very much into video recorders, and I looked at a list of some of the titles that he's got and thought, wow, would I like to have some of those movies? And to be able to do something at your leisure, to be able to not have something go by you and never come back again is one of the motivating factors. That I wanted something that I could record and play it back. I've been I have been into movies, home movies, for about 10 years.
On film.
And on film, right. And of course the processing, the waiting to see what you've got. Splices and all that, and expensive.
Yeah.
If you lose something on film, there's no way to know whether or not you've got it.
Right.
If you got a videotape recorder, you immediately know. All you have to do in a matter of seconds or minutes, in the case of rewinding all the way, you know whether or not you've got it.
Right. I think that's one of the biggest selling points of the home videotaping. Besides being able to timer tape things, that if you, like I work nights, and if I want to see something that is playing at night, I can just timer tape it and watch it anytime I want a week later. And of course, this thing too with home movies is you can have them right then and there, which is why the color cameras, of course, now are coming down in price. Next question is, what motivated you to go to the VHS format versus the Betamax, which I have?
Stupidity. To start off, I didn't know. I knew that there were two formats, and I immediately went out and I bought magazines, periodicals, and there are very few of those now. I believe only two that I know of, to find out what the formats meant, whether or not the picture quality was better in one or the other. And it happened that I came across the JVC, the 3300, and it got just a hell of a rating. And also the Jack Jones article in the same magazine said that he swore by the machine. And he has been a videophile for a few years. And I thought, well, hey, if it's satisfactory to him, why not?
Yeah.
And this is a good machine. It's compact, it's small, it doesn't take up a lot of room.
Right.
It's a good-looking machine.
It is.
As well.
It's smaller than
most
Betamaxes.
Right.
My 320 is a little bit smaller, but of course that's almost a portable machine.
Okay, if I had it to do over again, and I knew that there was a good Betamax, and I'm sure that most of them are.
Yeah.
I think I would go to Beta because of the prior tapings that other people have had.
Right.
And now, if I come to you, I have to bring my machine.
Right. Or I have to bring mine to you. Either way.
And if someone has a Beta, and I'm working with Beta, then we talk about just the blank tapes, and it's a lot more convenient. And basically, that's it.
Right now, you are a weekend anchorman at TV5.
I am a weekend anchor at Channel 5. I also produce the Saturday show. I co-produce the Sunday show. During the week, I am a reporter. Monday through Wednesday.
You're out on the street as such, covering the stories in town.
Right.
And how long have you been at TV5?
At TV5, it's closing in on 6 years. And that, by the way, is the longest I've ever worked at any one place.
Where have you been previously?
Prior to that, I was with WKYC, Channel 3, NBC News. My biggest goal in life, when I decided I wanted to be in media, was to be an NBC newsman. 15 months after I got into media, period, I started off as a news director. That's starting off at the top at a very small station. And that sounds like Ted Baxter. That's true. Mopping the floors and cleaning out the snakes and what have you. 15 months after I was there, I was hired by NBC, and that's a very fast move for this business.
Yes, very. Are you a resident of Cleveland?
I am a resident of Cleveland. I have been since 1947. All of my schooling was down here, Dunham Elementary School, Addison Junior High, and East Tech. And then college, New York. I hardly know what to call it anymore because they changed the name. It's City College of New York now.
Yeah.
At the time that I was there, it was, what was it, CCNY. It's not the City College, it's the New York I've forgotten what it was. Anyway, when I went there, it was a CCNY.
So what's your ultimate goal in broadcasting? In other words, what is the peak that you want to attain someday?
The peak that I'd like to attain in broadcasting is to get out of it and get into movies.
Oh, that sounds good.
No,
this one wants to get into it. Yeah.
This is something that I never really wanted to do. I never wanted to be in front of the camera. I started out as a writer, writing novels, right, which nobody wanted, and I still think that I was very much ahead of my time. Basically, I wanted to get into movies, and I wanted to be behind the scenes at that, writing script.
Right.
When I came into television, it turns out they just said, Bill, why don't you go in front of the camera and we'll use you for interviews and what have you. And that's the way I'm here. I didn't even want to do what I'm doing now. They said, make an audition tape. And I said, if I have to audition, then you don't want me. They said, well, let's just make one to see what's happening. So they gave me a script to read cold. And
always fun.
I tried to goof it because I really didn't want to go into it. But even with trying to goof it, I couldn't. Great, Bill. Hey, let's see if we can't start next year. And the beginning of the year, then you'll start co-anchoring the weekends.
Well, you certainly got the voice for it. There's no question
well,
about that.
that's very true.
Have you ever done anything on radio?
Yeah, news, basically news.
In
I have
town?
none. Yeah.
What stations?
WKYC. I was doing basically. I was the overnight voice of NBC for the Midwest. From 11 o'clock until 8 o'clock the next morning.
Graveyard.
And responsible for all radio news or even television news. If anything happened during the night, whether it was in Michigan or around the area, if it didn't get on because I didn't find out about it, then I could have been canned. And I survived for 3.5 years.
A lot of responsibility.
Yeah.